that's it, we're dead. We're both dead, but at least we're together.
Yeah.
And I hope it's quick.
Oh my god, it's making me feel really sad.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another drive with me / story time. This isn't really going to be a drive with me in the same way that last week's video with Harry was, but I did think this was a good setting to film story time. So, do you want to explain how we got to filming this?
A week or two ago we did a video asking questions that you were too afraid to ask your dad. Yeah. And she asked them anyway, and one of the answers I gave was about an experience where we nearly died on a plane. Yeah. And
so this is editing Molly coming in, and I just want to put a little disclaimer before the video even really starts that if you have a phobia of flying, if you know that you're scared when you fly and it's like a big deal and you don't want to get stressed out and you don't want to get put off, I'm honestly going to say probably don't watch this video. Yeah, there's a little heads up. It's not super traumatizing or anything, but I do just think if you're already scared of it, it's probably not best to add to it. So I won't be offended at all if you click off here, and I'll be back on Thursday. If you want to stick around and you want to hear the story time and you're not scared of flying, let's go.
I think it was left at such a cliffhanger that people were commenting, you need to do a story time on this one. Yeah. And I did tell you the idea of me doing something. Yeah, but then nobody would see that. I'll
put it on my channel because my dad does occasionally upload stuff to YouTube. I thought actually I had so many DMs saying, oh, can you tell the story of what happened when your parents were in a plane accident? And I had loads of comments on the video that I thought, you know what, I haven't filmed a story time. Well, I think I've only ever filmed like one story time, so I thought this would be a good one. I filmed one about when I used to work at Patisserie Valerie.
Oh yeah.
Years ago, and then I filmed one with Lizzie in like November time after my birthday night out.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that one.
But I thought we'd also drive to Starbucks because that's fun and fresh. You haven't had a Starbucks?
My first Starbucks since March the 8th, when I discovered oat milk latte, because that was the last day I went to Manchester, and I went in and ordered an oat milk latte and decided I really like them, and I'm going to have loads of these over the next couple of weeks and months. And
then we locked down, hand san, always guys.
And then so I've been making my own, which is quite easy to do.
Well, I swear you were drinking them from Costa, not from Starbucks.
No, Starbucks.
Right. We've arrived at Starbucks. Oh my god, it's open to sit in now. Wow, that's new. That wasn't happening earlier this week. Oh look, Dad, they're loyal supporters of Hull City. Not like you. I'm gonna get a decaf caramel frappuccino with coconut milk. Last time I came here, I asked if I could get their pink frappuccino.
They're still advertising it?
Yeah, they are. The one was like, no.
We're not having it, and you're never having another one.
It's okay.
Ruby Flamingo frappuccino.
Doesn't it just sound so fussy?
Has landed and flown away again.
We'll wait until we've got the drink before we start telling the story. I feel like we're building up the suspense.
I'm just trying to remember it in sequence. It's traumatic.
What, of ordering drinks?
No.
Oh, of the event. I thought you meant it's traumatic ordering drinks. I was like, I know.
It can be traumatic.
Exactly.
Traumatic ordering drinks.
I get really stressed.
I get less stressed at these places than I do at McDonald's.
Why? Because there's more to order at McDonald's. Yeah. The
most stressful is Subway. Yeah, because kind of Subway hones you down into a single spot where you've got too much choice. And also then after you've already said your order, they ask you to repeat it again because it gets passed on to somebody else. Oh, yeah. And they're like, you're absolutely sure you don't want any lettuce? And then I feel like I just have to have the lettuce, and I'm like, okay. Oat milk latte and a decaf caramel frappuccino with coconut milk. Yeah, let's see. Why are you stressed?
Because it just stresses me out.
Ham and cheese croissant.
You don't need to read out the whole Starbucks menu.
Yeah.
Chai tea latte. Is that a tea or a latte? Come on, mister, I drive a 7-seater car. You're taking up so much room.
No. Oh, is that the ordering point?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
He's trying to move. Hi, could I get a decaf caramel frappuccino with coconut milk, please?
Yeah, large one.
Medium, please. And then could I get oat milk?
Did you say with coconut milk?
Yeah, coconut milk. And then could I get an oat milk latte, please?
Anything else?
No, that's everything, thank you.
Right. Not doing it anymore. I told you.
Oh, don't be mean. She was probably just having that.
You YouTubers driving through.
Well, I'm bringing them customer manner. Would you want to work at Starbucks?
No, it'd put you off them, wouldn't it? You wouldn't be able to drink.
Well, I don't know. I would
anywhere you work, you can't.
No, to be fair, working in a cafe, the best part of that was that I used to drink all of the coffee all of the time.
You drank all the coffee?
All of the coffee. I actually just drank mochas like they were water. Like I'd have like 4 mochas a day. That's so bad in it.
Oh, no wonder you came unwired.
Yeah, I was like, hi. Can't leave this in.
Rev.
Hi.
Hi, milk latte and a frappuccino with coconut milk.
Thank you. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
You too.
Cheers. Do you need a straw for yours?
Yeah, look at it. Do I need a straw? I'm gonna drink it.
Is it hot?
No, Dad, does it look like it's hot?
Well, I don't know these things.
No, when they give you it in a clear cup, that means that it's cold.
A cold one.
Yeah. So we've got the Starbucks, we've got the drinks. So basically we're here with the story time. We've got a bit of a long-winded introduction, but if you didn't watch the video with my dad, one of the questions, yes, this is exactly what you just spoke about.
Did say that, didn't I?
Yeah, but I'm entitled to park here. One of the questions that I asked my dad was, were Harry and I planned? And he went into the fact that neither him or my mum wanted children. Or my mum, I think, mainly.
Yeah, I did.
What, and you just got married anyway knowing that she didn't want children? That's quite a big life decision.
I knew she'd change her mind. It was a gamble.
I'm wondering if you even knew her when you married her, to be honest.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, this is besides the point.
Who?
So when they got married, they didn't want children, or my mum didn't, and they wanted to travel and all that good stuff. And then the reason we ended up being born, Harry and I, was because my mum and dad were in a plane accident. And that was where you left it.
Yeah, I think accident's maybe a little bit strong.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to describe it. Not an accident, because it wasn't like a full-on crash, but like...
There will have been a report written afterwards about it, that's all. I mean, nobody died, but we all thought we were going to.
It was traumatic. The reason my mum isn't filming this video with us is because she can't talk about it, like she won't talk about it.
I found that weird when she said that.
I thought she would be okay about it now, but...
It's 22 years ago.
Basically, she had like mad... What's the word? Like, where you're scared of flying?
Phobia.
No, I know. She had a crazy phobia, but the actual term for being scared of flying.
Oh, is there one?
Yeah, like agoraphobia is the fear of spiders and...
Aerophobia.
Anyway, so like she had that really bad, didn't she?
She did, and I still sometimes do, but I think I've kind of got over it, because obviously I do fly a lot with work.
Yeah. And it's weird because I love flying and I know this story and it's never put me off because I think, well, I wasn't there yet, and also that statistically you're more likely to be involved in a car accident than you are to be involved in a plane accident, so you guys are just like unlucky. It
probably happens a lot more than you hear about, but obviously when it's first hand, you think about it and it sort of impacts on you. So
go on then, what happened? Tell a story. Way back in
1998, it was September, and we'd booked to go away for 2 weeks, to first week being in Orlando at Disney, and then the second week, because we had no children with us, we were going to have a week just relaxing and
go to Barbados.
No,
Barbados?
No, Bahamas.
The Bahamas, not Barbados, the Bahamas. Oh, these people are looking.
Judgy. Yeah, the Bahamas are in, obviously just off the coast of Florida.
Miami, yeah.
Insert map here.
Yeah.
That was going to be the second week. So we got to the end of the first week, absolutely fine, loved it. Been staying at Port.
Do you know what I love? Is that you and Mum went to Disney World without children. Like I think that's really nice.
Yeah, because there's stuff for everybody there. It's not just a kid's place, is it?
Yeah.
End of the first week, we went to the airport, got on this plane. Obviously, having arrived on a very big one from England, you think, well, we're going to get on a fairly big one to the Bahamas.
Little
and
aeroplanes.
this was the smallest plane I'd seen outside of, you know, like one of those little tiny single-seater ones. It was the next step up from that.
Was it like a Cessna? Like the one I went on?
It was a turboprop, so it had propellers, which is okay, kind of, but it was like a 20-seater. So if you can imagine 2 seats on one side and 1 on the other, and there was about 10 rows, maybe 25.
So exactly how the same as the one I went on in Australia.
Yeah, like that. This particular day it had been lovely and sunny, and then in the afternoon, as usual, around 4 o'clock in Florida, if you know, in summer, it always clouds over and you get thunder and lightning.
Florida is known for its crazy storms. It's a tropical state.
Because it was kind of the height of the sort of hurricane season as well, then the storms were even more angry usually at those times of days. It'd been hot and everything. Didn't think much of that because we'd seen that every day for the previous, and then thought, oh well, we'll get on the plane now. So we got on the plane and we took off, and it was sunny. We could see these clouds in the distance, but I thought, well, maybe we're leaving them behind because we're heading out to sea. And we've been in the air about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and we kind of leveled off quite high up, and it got very dark all of a sudden. Everything just went black outside, and I thought, oh, this is a bit strange.
Oh, it's literally giving me it's like making me feel stressed.
And there was one air hostess on the plane. Are these people alright? There's one air hostess on the plane.
They just were getting their Greggs. Let them get their Greggs.
Greggs?
Yeah, it's open, it's there. Do you want a Gregg?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've never had a Greggs.
What?
No, never have I ever.
That's the most shocking part of this story. You've never had a... Carry on.
Why? Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, we live in the north.
Yeah, but we've never had Greggs before, have we?
Yeah, we have. There's a Greggs in Beverley, there's a Greggs in Hull, there's a Greggs in Leeds, there's loads of Greggs in Manchester.
Can I just say, every time I go near a Greggs, there's queuing out the door. This is before COVID. And I thought, well, I can't be arsed.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, carry on.
Anyway.
So the plane went black.
So it went really dark outside, and then all of a sudden, you know, because it was a turboprop plane, you're bouncing around a little bit anyway, sort of, you know, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it went there was a bang and the whole plane just dropped. And I mean, not like a sort of a little bit, a lot. It felt like somebody just snapped both the wings off and we were just dropping.
Stop it. It's literally...
And you could hear the engines stressing to try and pick up. And with that, there was a ping, and the single steward lady ran up, or she climbed, because we was like that in the air. She went to the pilot, and the pilot spoke to her. He told her to sit down because it was that dangerous. So she sat down and strapped herself in.
It's never great when they call for the stewards to sit in their emergency chairs, is it?
And
I hate that.
We were being thrown left and right like this, and it was really really turbulent, really turbulent.
Do you know what I'm struggling to imagine? Having only known Mum post this incident on an aeroplane, I cannot imagine her for a second.
She was fine before it.
Yeah, I know.
What I've always heard from people since then is, look, if you're in a turbulent situation in a plane, always check the response from the aircrew, because they fly all the time, and if they're calm and they're just happy,
which they usually are,
then you're all right.
Yeah.
This woman was scared. This air steward woman was scared. You could see she was scared. She was panicking. She actually told everybody to check under their seat for their life vests to check that it was there. Obviously, you're supposed to do that anyway. Again, that's another one of Mum's routines.
Yeah,
is that.
Mum, when she gets on a plane, she's like, can I just check that the oxygen mask is there? So she does that.
She don't do that. She just checked the under the seat.
Well, she did when we went to Cornwall on that propeller plane.
Right, okay.
And then she checks under the seat for the life vest, and she gets me and Harry check under the seat for the life vest, and then she like looks at you 100 times to check you put your seatbelt on. Yeah, there's a lot of cars parking up here.
That's why you don't park here.
Oh, whatever. If you had have come down, would you have been over water or over land?
Over water. So anyway, this went on for about 5 minutes, like properly 5 minutes. And we were literally in the middle of the storm. So we'd flown into this cloud. You could see thunder and lightning out. Well, you couldn't see thunder. You can't see thunder. That's ridiculous.
I could see the thunder out the window.
I could see thunder.
Could you hear it?
You could. You could hear it.
Oh.
There was just lots of flashes. It was like flying in the middle of a cloud that's very angry.
Yeah. Like 5 minutes doesn't sound like a long time, does it? But like 5 minutes is a long time.
So the plane climbed and dropped about 4 or 5 times. What are you doing?
I'm just looking at the people in the car next to us.
They'll probably
well, they can probably hear us.
They'll probably hear us.
They're definitely not.
Anyway, we were being bounced around up and down. We dropped probably at least a few hundred feet, about 6 times.
Imagine
at this point the pilot came on and he said, ladies and gentlemen, we're in a very dangerous situation here. We're going to have to turn the plane around and try to get back to Orlando Airport. That's what he said, try to. So that's when you don't hold that much hope that, oh, we might not make it back to Orlando.
Yeah.
You could then feel the plane banking round, and of course as you're turning into a stormy cloud, you're still being bumped around, and all I wanted to do was either get above it, which the plane couldn't do because it's such a small plane.
Yeah.
You know yourself, if you see storm clouds, how high in the sky they go, they can't get above them.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, we'll get below it, but equally when it's raining, it's about 1,000 feet above the ground, the bottom of the cloud. So I thought, there's no chance here, we're not going to get out of this. Anyway, we were bouncing around again for another 10 minutes. I actually thought, and this is when the thought process goes through your head, I thought, that's it, we're dead. We're both dead, but at least we're together.
Yeah.
And I hope it's quick.
Oh my god, it's making me feel really sad.
Yeah, and I thought, I don't want to drown, that's the only thing I think drowning is probably the worst way to go.
Yeah, I would rather have...
Something hit my head and I go than drown.
Okay, you're making it
I know, but
worse.
it's that bad.
Yeah, of course.
It was that bad. I was holding on.
Did your life flash before your eyes?
Everything, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it really did, yeah. Yeah, and I was only, what, 27? Yeah, I was 27. So still quite young, really, and I didn't want to go. I thought I'd still have a lot to live for.
Did you like make friends with the rest of the people on the plane? Were you all like holding hands together?
No, because everybody was like panicking at the same sort of, people were screaming every time the plane dropped. Everybody in the plane screamed. It was the worst kind of roller coaster you can imagine, because at least on a roller coaster you know that that's what it's there for. You're supposed to be. But when you're actually in jeopardy and you could die, then it's slightly different. Anyway, eventually we came out of this cloud, and from nowhere you could see the lights of ground and Orlando Airport again.
Oh my god.
And I've never been so pleased to touch down. I mean, we bounced, we skidded a little bit because it was raining hard, but we got off that plane and it was like I think Mum said we never want to get on another plane again.
Apart from the smallest you were still in America.
We were still in America, and they were expecting us to be checking into this fancy hotel in Nassau in the Bahamas at that point in time, which I wasn't bothered about at that point in time. I was just glad to be alive.
Yeah.
So we got to the airport terminal and got off, and they said, okay, we can rebook you on the next one at 6 p.m. if you wish. And it was like, no, we're not going today.
No, not going at all. Did you go at all?
And they said, would you like to go on a bigger plane then? Because you could fly up to Atlanta and then fly from Atlanta on a 737. We'll do that for you as well. So Atlanta's like way north. It's north. It's the state north of Florida. Yeah, it's probably
Georgia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Georgia. It's like an hour's flight north of Orlando, and then you would have to fly east for another hour and a half.
No thanks. Mum was like, we're living in America.
No, we're staying in here tonight. So they put us up nicely in the airport hotel.
The girl in the car next to us is like, what are they doing?
Does she want to be in the video? Does she want to sit in the back? She'd have to wear a face mask though.
Yeah, well, whatever. She's not getting in the car, Dad. We don't know who she is.
Okay. Anyway, so
so where did it come into that you decided you were going to have children?
I think it might have been that night or the next day. We had a conversation that we both realised we'd nearly died that afternoon, and life's too short, and we'd never really discussed it up until that point. But then the next day, when the options were stay in Disney for another week and get a flight back.
Is that what you did?
With Virgin, yeah. So you
stayed in Orlando for another week.
But then of course we had to fly home.
Yeah, I was going to say Mum flying home must have been, well, both of you, but
I think she
namely Mum. Did she just take a lot of Mum? That's still her tip. She gets on a plane, you know, when they come around and they're like, do you want a drink? Mum's like, I'll have some wine, some more wine, just another wine, please. But it works because it helps you fall asleep.
It just takes the edge off being nervous, I think, if you're nervous.
I'm really glad I didn't inherit her phobia of flying, because Harry and I could have been really nervous flyers from flying with her.
Yeah, well, we didn't go anywhere obviously the year after because we had you, and then the first time as an experiment we decided we'd go on a short flight.
And it was really bumpy, wasn't
it? No, that one wasn't. The first one wasn't. It was really successful, but I was actually having nightmares about it in my sleep. I kept waking up thinking, you know, because it was only an hour and a half. We flew to Nice.
Yeah, we went to Nice. I was going to say I remember, I don't remember, but I knew we went. Yeah.
And we enjoyed it that much, and it was fine that we went again in the September. So we did it again, and on that flight...
It was a little bit bumpy, wasn't it?
It was not just a little bit bumpy, it was stormy as we were taking off, and of course that brings back all the memories.
Yeah. And I was how old? 1?
You were 11 months.
Vommed all over you?
No, that's a different one.
Oh, how many times?
That was the year after.
Oh, I'd have given up. I would have just said a big fat no to that. Basically, I think that is the end of that story, isn't it?
It's the end of that particular one.
What you've got to take from it is that they were fine, and the pilot was probably really good to be able to get you out of that situation.
He was, yeah. They're trained for it, you've got to remember that. And since then I've learned a lot more about situations like that, and I thought, well, I can't not fly places.
Yeah. Because it limits your life really if you don't ever get on a plane.
Mum did want to get a boat back from America.
A boat from America?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
She wanted to get Mum. That's saying something because Mum hates boats. Yeah. She really hates boats.
She does hate boats, but she was that traumatized.
What were you doing?
I don't know.
Boats.
Well, we could have got a bus up to like New York, and then I think there is a boat from New York across to Southampton that it takes like weeks.
Yeah. What is it? The Titanic?
Can you imagine?
I didn't even mean that because it sank. I just meant like that did that journey, didn't it?
There is no safe form of travel.
No, there isn't. If you get in a moving object, you're putting yourself at risk, and planes actually are statistically the safest.
They are.
Actually. Would you say that's the nearest you've been to dying?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
But in a way, I'm kind of glad it happened, because I might not exist if it didn't.
It's true.
If it hadn't have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Silver linings.
Well, there is that.
Right, on that note, we're going to head back home. Have you finished your Starbucks?
No, and I'm actually melting, look.
Are you sweating?
It's because the car.
The car is really hot.
It's really hot. I don't think the fan makes any difference. We'd have dropped the windows, but we'd have had a lot of smoke pouring.
Yeah, the guys next to us. Are you sure you're not just sweating because it was a horrible thing?
Traumatic and oat milk latte. Can
I try it?
It's really nice.
Oh, it's very dark coloured.
No.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Oh, no.
I do not like that.
No, this is the one now. I'm never drinking normal one again.
Right, I'm gonna go, guys. So if you haven't, well, I was gonna say if you've enjoyed this video, I don't think you've enjoyed it, but if you are glad we filmed the story time, let me know, and hopefully you enjoyed my dad retelling it, even though I think it's pretty traumatic, and listening to it makes me feel stressed. Like when you were describing it, my heart rate was noticeably beating faster, because I just think that I would have been so stressed in that situation. Like, the good thing is, the likelihood is most people watching this are not really going on plane travel anytime soon. No. So we're gonna end it here. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you've never seen me do a video before, I do drive with me's quite a lot. I do videos with my dad quite a lot. I come to Starbucks a heck of a lot. I'll be back on my channel on Thursday this week with a challenge video that I'm very excited to film. Slightly embarrassed for you to see, but it's gonna be funny, isn't it?
What is it? Oh, it's that one with the yeah.
It's
just embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye guys.
Bye.